Andres today, where today we're jumping into Interview with a Vampire. This is season 1, episode 2. Before we get into this, did you see that hair flip? That hair flip was real. I dug it in and flipped it out. So before we get into this, guys, oh my god, every time I do a reaction, I'm falling off my gosh darn chair. So before we get into this, I have to say a big thank you because you guys have been telling me, especially certain subscribers, which I love y'all so much, but you guys been telling me about this show for a while. Like a while, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get there. But this show, wow, is so good. Okay, it is so good that I have been for the past 2 days thinking about it. I dropped it 2 days ago, the first episode. Well, when I'm filming this, it's been 2 days. I don't know when I'm gonna drop this episode reaction. Hopefully the same day, which is Friday. So yes, I filmed the other show and I have been obsessed. I've been thinking about it like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? And you guys commenting down below and letting me know about the show even more and the books. I did not know there were so many books. I don't know anything about, and I don't know the lady. Her name is Anne. And something, of course, it's not letting me know what her name is. Anne Rice. I don't even know who that is. So I'm happy that you guys do know, and you guys have been letting me know about her. And you guys also let me know there's another book that deals with witches, and that you guys said is coming out in January, which is in the same world. You already know it's gonna be on this channel. Heidi Ho wins. Whoa. This is phenomenal. So I'm ready to jump into this. Child, if I could be anything, it would be a gay vampire. First of all, I would be serving you people. I would be giving you what you need, darling. And then I would eat everybody because clearly I'm always hungry. So I'm ready to jump into this. Once again, thank you to all the new subscribers, all the new Patreon members, and all the new channel members that have been joining this channel to see these full reactions and help support this channel. You guys are effing amazing. I love you all the way down. Also, just so you guys know, YouTube does YouTubing. Andres, what does that mean? I'm going to try my hardest to say this in all of my videos because I have been getting a little bit of backlash on one of my movies and it's not stopping. I am telling you, people are DMing me, people are writing me on Discord, people are writing comments that aren't that friendly, which, listen, at the end of the day, I know I'm a YouTuber, I know I'm a new YouTuber, I'm on this platform, and as somebody where people are watching the videos online, TV, whatever, you just want to give back feedback. Sometimes it can be a little harsh, and I also know that it is what it is. This is how the world works, right? People love you, people hate you, and there's people in the middle. But I spend hours doing my edits, but sometimes YouTube wants to YouTube, which means they will block or copyright claim parts of a video. Videos are supposed to be, each footage is supposed to be 5 seconds, and when they want to be petty, they will literally count. They have bots doing it, then they will manually have somebody sit there and watch it and count, I guess, with a timer. If it hits more than 5 seconds each footage, it will be copyright claimed, they could block it, or they will just demonetize that video. So then I have to re-edit it and it gets broken down, really, it gets choppy, it's all over the place. So everything I worked hours on, it's just blown out the window, and YouTube does whatever they want to do. Unfortunately, they don't follow federal, this is my opinion, they don't follow the fair use laws. They kind of remix it and do what they want to do to save their butts. So if that does happen, guys, what I do is I place a link of the edited fair use version in my comment section. I pin it there. So you don't have to yell at me. You have to comment and tell me that I suck. Like, how could you drop the ball? Like, just please, please, please look in the comment section. If you see my other reactions, you're like, oh, this doesn't seem right. Just look in the comment section. I will most likely let you know YouTube is YouTubing, and here is the fair use edited version of this video. as Interview with a Vampire isn't, I don't know if there's a lot of reactors that are reacting to this specific show. The less people who react to a show, the less that YouTube is so strict. But if a lot of people start reacting to the show, they could go back into my edits, into my content, and they could start pulling it if they feel like it. So please, 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 I'm going to follow what YouTube tells me to do by getting rid of the copyright claims, but I will keep my edited version. That is, once I'm saying this so many times so it's people know, the edited version will be in the comment section because I am following the fair use protocols and the copyright laws. Okay? Thank you. I have to say this in every video until I'm like no longer want to say it because I'm telling you, child. So I'm ready to jump into this, guys. You guys probably fast forwarded everything I was saying anyways. I'm ready to jump into this episode. I don't know what we're gonna get. These two actors working together at the ending of that last episode with the church scene, I actually wanted to cry. Their dialogue, not about the one vampire who punched the other guy in the face and his whole head exploded, but the dialogue between them and the feeling of one not being able to come out because during this time and whatever, then the N-word being used, the hatred, it seems like the dislike for blacks, and then also when he said, I finally feel like I'm being seen. That sometimes, that's how I feel sometimes. And I've always longed for something like that. So I'm a Cancer, I'm very emotional. And certain things will hit me and you're gonna probably see me cry at random things. You're like, well, why is he crying? That's why. And that was one of those moments when that dialogue was happening, I started to get very emotional. So I love the show. I'm ready to jump into the show because I'm a reactor. I need to react to things. But before I get into this reaction, just so you guys know, this is going to be a full reaction for my second and third tier here on the YouTube platform, as well as my other platform, Patreon. So guys, please sign up to one of those platforms and help support the channel today. With that being said, let's jump into Interview with the Vampire and find out exactly what the vampires has got to give.
It's Venetian.
Is it?
A contemporary of Tintoretto's. Little of his work survives. Mr. de Poix-du-Lac covets the rare.
I keep hearing that sound.
Where the building sways a bit, we call it the groan.
The groan.
It won't disturb your meal, which is ready now.
Does it only work, or are you and he...
I serve a god. Mr. de Poix-du-Lac will join you at course 7.
Fattening me up for the inevitable end?
Duck foie gras terrine, pickled fruit, roasted apple bonbon.
Fancy food always is never good to me. He has a whole team.
You missed at least 3 or 4 endangered species.
I want to apologize for my outburst earlier.
This is session 2, Louis de Poix-du-Lac.
Crushed almonds, garlic, olive oil, salt. AB negative, fresh from the farm.
Part of me wants to ask about the farm.
2 vampires walk into a church. That's where we left off. This was merely a stage in my transformation.
Your body is confused. Your lungs feel like water, your heart fire. You feel as if you're dying because you are. And then there's the ritual. Our proper disposal is the penance of a sated vampire. We live off the blood of the living, poke the blood of the deceased, and it'll suck you right down into death along with your victim. Louis. There's a spark.
He's on ecstasy.
If I had walked my entire life as a dead man, dead could finally receive the secrets of existence.
Your ears will pick up the world like a maddening symphony. But my voice, a single string. They were your brothers and sisters once, but now they're your savory inferiors. Hints of iron, rather plain otherwise. They're of oak-aged Cabernet, thick-skinned and chewy. Have the power to subdue anyone you want. Restraint is your most powerful weapon.
Him.
Straight to the prettiest girl at the party. It's a son for the kill, and when he turns up missing in the morning, you'll have half the frigate on the prowl looking for him. It's best to let the food come to you.
So I'm taking my daughter to look at horses, Palomino. I'm doing pretty good for myself. It's a new century, new job. Go down to the fairground. She says, Daddy, why is that horse walking so funny? It's all up out of a horse. This is what happens.
Nothing but relentless questions at that age.
You gentlemen down here, now what do you grow? You grow cotton? Sugar.
Careful, Moshe. You're beginning to frighten the man.
That's why your daddy sells tractors. International Harvester Farm.
We don't care. You're
Go ahead and take that. Just to be clear here, gents, we are here to talk about farm equipment. Not only going to increase your harvest, it's going to keep your child from tears. Oh, thank you. On your sleeve.
Whenever you're ready, Louis.
I knew it. I knew it.
Bite the neck, Louis. No, you don't bite the blood. Good. For our next carpet, I'm thinking Persian. Arabesque, maybe. Then you'll be a natural. You come to enjoy it. It's variations, it's little surprises.
Gotta collect money from the cribs.
I have all the money we need. Breathe. Oh, dear.
You ain't fucking hear me! I need to go home.
He's gonna kill his
Did you
family.
find that very difficult?
Coming up hot pig.
The sun gives life to everything but us. The life of a vampire has its challenges and its rewards. Thrill-seeking tourists, far flung from their homes. The perfect setting for a vampire home.
I ain't sleeping in there.
We'll get you your own soon enough. It's okay. You can be on top.
I like the top, the bottom.
Hell of a bender.
Flip me.
He rushed me headlong. Rebirth, coming out, homicide.
Robbed a daughter of her father. Maybe a pet pony.
Being transformed by Lestat. Being desired by him, bedding down with him.
Shame of queer theorists everywhere.
I got in that coffin on my own free will, in the quiet dark. We were equals.
White master, black student, but equal in the quiet dark.
Have it 3 ways, and Volpe's Repelli, or Repel Sandwich.
Clearly you were haunted by it, the taste of his blood in the back of your throat.
Contemplate the life of the rabbit before you cut it. Do you simply cut?
I'm done.
Vampire, the ability to see a human life in its entirety. Satisfaction of being the end of that life.
Don't expect every reader to swallow that one.
That's the purpose. I was haunted by the salesman, and as a fledgling vampire, I did not readily take to killing.
Every word felt like a doorknob falling out of my mouth. Chapeau was a hat, the twat was a star. Now, I have English consonants to thank for this astonishing jawline.
Ed, how's your arm?
Is it healing properly?
New gaming house you're fixing on for the alderman. I want to manage it.
I'll take it up with Finley.
Much obliged.
Figure I'm a bean counter.
No, he wants the job so he can steal from you.
And you know that because you got in his head just now.
Vampires can read minds, mon cher.
And you gonna sit on that skill for how long?
One might think the ability to read a mind a most useful gift, but in reality, it's quite mundane. I want food, I want sex, I want to go home. To peel away every sound until you find his heartbeat.
Day and a half since my last meal. Church says pray about it.
It's not cheating with a woman, because I can't get pregnant.
I want sex. This town and be somebody.
That's not.
I'll give it a moment.
Well, I'll just go home.
You'll see as your powers grow, you can see their thoughts like a one-reeler almost.
What am I thinking right now?
A sacrifice is made when the dark gift is shed.
You can't read my mind anymore?
We're at the mercy of the other's discretion.
Just like to me.
You chase after phantoms of your former self. I'll break you of it.
I felt it was essential to maintain ties. It was getting more difficult.
The curtain goes up at 8.
Look what the wind blew in.
Remember Lestat?
Madame de Pontelac, all the kindness for the invitation.
Please, take your overdressed self and have a fine time. Move half a mile away. Don't come see your family for half a season. Don't come back, fragile son.
He's getting his fingernails done. And the glasses. Some fashion certain men like him do.
Our doc says I gotta wear them from now forward. Sensitive eyes. You seen Grace about? My alligator, man. See my lost it by the punch bowl.
Pregnant.
Oh my, you making me an uncle out here?
Who told you?
No one told me. Only twins.
You a fool, Dr. Love. Take them glasses off and look at your baby
give me those
sister.
back.
Your eyes. Like a church window. You hide from me this long again, I'll hunt you down and slap you sideways. Don't need your money.
It ain't for you, it's for the babies.
Stop it with the babies. One's gonna be plenty. How's it in the district? Must be good if this here's extra.
The family gonna have himself the most profitable sporting house this side of Basin Street.
You got your own personal Matani, do you, boy?
No, sir.
These balconies have to be decorative only.
Well, that's only if you call it a pocket.
What are you calling it?
Fire escape.
That's clever, my boy. It's very clever.
That's to drown out the business behind the wall.
Yes. Well, you really do have a mind inside that head of yours, don't you?
It's the Alderman's name going out there, so every detail has to shout exclusivity.
I trust you overseeing all stages of construction as well?
Yes, sir.
You really have earned your 15%. You truly are an exceptional Negro. That's good.
Exceptional Negro. Thank you, sir.
Right.
I had let them talk to me like that so long, I stopped hearing it.
Yes, sir.
They all came from the same organ inside me. Look for an organ found only in black men who use their weakness to ride.
Decades of rage to process, and it was both random and unfortunate the man picked that night to dabble in fuckery.
Louis, my boy!
Disrespected me. How did he do that? He told me I did a good job. Queer, half queer, mostly queer. What is it?
Non-discriminating. This was an important man in town. The police will be looking for this man fledgling.
That's why we got this piece. Keep using that word right now, because it sounded a little like slave. Well, that's what it fucking sound like.
Q.
Oh, he got his own coffin? And it's black.
I don't like sleeping angry. For the record, if disrespect was done to you, I would have killed him myself. Well, what can I do to make it up to you?
I want to buy the Fair Play Saloon.
Ridiculous of you to mix human and vampire business. It always ends poorly. But how can I stop you?
And I continue to eat, drink, and fornicate on the house.
My word is thicker than paper. Tom,
I was now the owner of the brightest club in the district. Paid the staff better, paid the band better, helping those who had been with me down the block to better themselves.
Miss Williams,
Mr. Dulac.
It was everything I had ever wanted or wished for.
So how long are you in town for?
Yeah, I'm just
From 1912 to 1917, I made a mountain of money. Had been most delinquent.
Did you even meet the twins?
oh man,
Ma'am.
I meet more of the family. Been so busy with work and, you know.
Him? How are things with you? And got some gumbo on the stove still. Tasted great this evening. He's the quiet one, this one. The twins? Lord help us. All right, here it is.
Cool child.
Oh, please.
You look good. You should stay the night. Shh. Let's see if it goes back down. Let's see. Okay, let me just see what the heck's going on.
He ain't gotta eat that child.
I no longer kill.
Some Y2K disagreement?
I want our readers to understand that.
Did you eat the baby?
I sit here, a master of my instinct.
And what about the others out there? Have they mastered theirs?
Most of them are slaves to the blood.
Did you eat the baby? And is the pandemic the opening they've been waiting for? You guys have a thread on 8chan?
I hear that. Our thoughts can travel thousands of miles to one another. Brute in Madagascar called it the Great Conversion.
Did you eat the baby?
Or the Arab youth whose family were wiped
Did you
from
eat the
existence
baby?
by a Western drone.
Tak. Ty nowy w Dubai. Раньше был?
He's American, damn it.
You like Dubai?
I haven't had the time to sightsee.
Thank you, Damek. See you soon.
You might have a drinking problem.
Rashid?
The baby.
Oh, he ran out there.
was ready to tear into him. I'm never gonna get control over it.
You have to stop seeing them, Louis. I'll grow fearful of you if they haven't already.
You're never gonna have a family of my own, am I? No sons, no daughters.
I'm your family, Louis. After 2 centuries walk this earth and can report you have no twin. Stubborn, as unaccommodating, as maddening.
It's all like trash to me.
As loving. You're a challenge every sunset anyway. And I'd have it no other way. Take a holiday.
Which type?
How about Rome?
How you gonna get coffins across the Atlantic?
It can be an inconvenience, but not impossible, obviously.
Well, maybe there's a deaf, blind porter we can hire and kill when we get to the hotel.
Another opera, Donizetti's comic masterpiece, Don Pasquale.
I almost stayed my nephew, Lestat.
American debut, her 5th up in a 22-city tour. I have a private box, and I had tuxedos made. I've been neglectful of our romance.
He had a way about him those first years, Lestat. He was my murderer, my mentor, my lover, and my maker. I knew he enjoyed it when I fought back, but there was present. The earth beneath me always felt liquid. Formed as his valet. Walked a pace behind him, and standing in the back of the box until the lights went down.
There's one thing about being a vampire that I most fear above all else, and that is loneliness. You take this feeling away from me, Louis. Stay together and take precaution and never part.
We can't be the only ones.
How many vampires? Not many, I'm afraid. Maybe 100. 101.
Like 101 Dalmatian.
The touring production of Don Pasquale was a cheap affair. Soprano was everything Lestat said she would be. That was where Lestat separated man from food. Music pierced his damned soul. I was moved to see he too had his human attachments.
There was one issue, however, that threatened to pop the bubble of our Italian holidays. The tenor playing Ernesto.
He did not live in the Sopranos' vocal stratosphere.
I don't understand how someone like that can make it onto a stage.
Isolated his disdain between the tenor and the witless swamp dwellers in the seats below. I stood in the lobby bar, nursing my complicity. I was surprised by a wave of nausea coming over me. Here I was, 6 years his pupil, and it was no different than the tractor salesman. And he was to be butchered for what? An offending note. Got the tenor down, opened up the score in front of him. Lestat removed a lifetime of confidence, of joy.
Sparando prematuramente il nostro povero Domenico Gaetano Marini. E come faccio io a sapere tutto ciò? Ero nel suo salato quando l'ha scritto. No more of your sound can pollute this world.
Why do you do this, Lestat?
Well, I like to do it. I enjoy it.
Well, I don't. Well, I don't say that you have to enjoy it! Embrace what you are! You are a killer, Louis!
Get you to the couch to die.
I was in denial. He had cut the man tenderly so that he could not call for help. I listened to his thoughts as Lestat drank. I could see his life as he remembered it. An afternoon with his father on the sea, watching the fishing boats slowly encircle a school of two.
You finally submit to your nature. You will be filled with all the life you can hold. You alone of all creatures can see death with that impunity. You alone, under the rising moon, and strike like the hand of God.
He had a way about him. We would drain the tenor for hours that night. Lestat completely enthralled. Myself pretending to be, afraid to disappoint.
I was never going to be a natural. I was a shame-ridden second, a botched vampire. I try to have a human dish once a week. There was an offhanded remark in your memoir about this dessert. I hope you don't mind.
What does this taste like to you?
Like almost all human food? Like paste?
This is the dessert I had after I proposed to my first wife, Alice. Half of her eyebrow was blonde, like a mutt. I liked it when she left it alone.
Beautiful house. Well, ooh, I like that. That was a really good episode. So now we're seeing in this episode the difference between Lestat, I believe his name, and Louise. Louise definitely is holding on to humanity. He doesn't want to kill, but he has to kill. He's underneath Lestat. I'm probably saying it wrong. His spell, his waver, his swag. And overall, it's just, you see the anger in Lestat. I believe that's how we say his name. But he's been a vampire longer, he's been alone longer, and maybe he just completely has lost that human side to him. It's also very interesting that the music is what triggers him to like or hate you. So you better sing for your life. And then Louise is a complex character battling a lot of inner thoughts, inner beings, inner demons, as well, being kind of like a demon himself, but he's still trying to maintain to humanity. I thought he was about to eat that baby honey. I thought he was about to destroy, devour, and move on. And then I was like, ooh, this show, I don't know, those people, some people out there is gonna be really, really upset. But thankfully he left the baby alone and he moved upon his way. But I don't think that he's going to be able to go back to his sister and his family because of what he did. Like, she'll probably be like, you left my baby on the floor while I was getting my other kids. I'm by myself, damn it. Like, she was pissed. So I'm not really sure if she could be doing all of that. Like, if he could go back there and it'd be like, okay. It's still really sad to see how the sister looks so alone. The mother of Louise she's a great actress, but the character just really gets me really, really angry because I'm like, girl, you don't understand. You are just pushing. Now, if he turns all the way evil, sis, it's because of you. From the last episode, this episode, you just have this, you're very opinionated. But overall, I really did enjoy this episode. This episode I would give a 9. The first episode came in with a packing punch in my soul, maybe because it was a lot more like action, I would say. This episode, I feel like, was telling us the story between these two and showing us what's going on with that, which I did not hate at all. That's why it has a 9. But the last episode, I definitely would have rated a 9.5. Also, I was kind of going in there blind, not understanding what I was seeing, and then everything that happened in that first episode, I was like, hold up, wait. This episode, I was just like, yep, okay, I'm about to see some crazy but I did enjoy every step and learning it, and now I'm starting to see like this little division between them two. I hope things get better, but on the other side, I hope they don't for more drama. With that being said, if you've seen this reaction, realize you are not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button, so please like and share this content because it is waters for this channel. And I'll see you all next time on Andres El Rey.